Guys, it's RexJerichoHardy here, doing what I hope to be the first of a new series of Minecraft. Been doing it years ago. I'm not ready to do it anymore. Stopped. Left to go for a bit. Just reckoned a lot has changed since last time I did them. I thought since about the new thing coming out, the super duper texture pack and all that, and then of course I think it'd be kind of cool to start doing it again. But you see, there's already a lot of changed. Just putting national flags. So basically this video is about, not more about upgrades, but this is about two new builds of mine, which I've been working on. I've just finished, literally. See that lovely it here. Let's have a look over this way. Okay, we're going, here's the first one. Pyramid. Now yes, they may seem easy. I'm just slapping a bunch of blocks together, but mine are not like that. What are all doing over here? I've spent time working on them. I've done secrets and stuff like that. So let's see. There's no entrance. When you go down, there's an entrance. Well, that's not what I mean. This is what I've been working on for the past couple of years. You come in and there you go. Each pyramid is unique. It's like this one here, it's got like, this is a pharaoh's tomb. Must be pharaoh. Dead pharaoh. Rest in peace, pharaoh. Just go around, you've got different rooms, as it says, covered in gold. This one's obsessed with his bloody gold. There is Easter eggs hidden in these places because I've hid them, but I'm not going to show them until later on. But then I did this, which I think a lot of people recognise why I built them for now. It took us a while to get them built, like. It's like, what? You can literally see the entire area. And you can just do this. Awesome. That's the first one. It's relatively quick. This one was relatively quick. So next, we've got the second pyramid. Now see, these do appear on the map. Where's the map? They do appear. See, there's that one. And then you can see the other one right in the opposite corner. Because I put them diagonal from each other so you can clearly see them. That's a quick word. And so there's a lot more I can show you now. A lot has changed. People has come on. New builds have been built. Occasional odd left right side build. But mainly on the survival world we have been. If anything, just relatively making achievements, like sort of like achievement build. But it takes forever to do anything. Okay, here's the second one. Now you can see straight away this one is bigger. And if you experience glitches, sorry about that, just big connection issues. But as you can tell, it looks fucking beautiful. Forgive my French. It's freaking lovely. But this entrance is not hidden, it's here. And you personally think, oh, it's going to be the same as the first one. Yes and no. There goes straight away. Okay, basically the pharaoh's tomb is hid. Right there. Lovely jubbly. As you can see, it's collapsed. In the other one, yes, as well. In both ones, things have collapsed. So I've been a bit more realistic. So like, if you just wear it on them and say, like, this is the treasure room, but this is not the other one. This pharaoh living in this one was obsessed. If you look. Here's his seat. Is he be the king of the castle? Or king of the pyramid, I should say. Some more lovely treasure. Now see, you've always wondered, well, hang on a minute, the other one had an ability to climb where you can run up places like, well, Yes, this one does too. Here we go. Gosh, I'm fucking petrified. I'm petrified sometimes of falling off. I just am, even on the smallest one, because it'll annoy you. You see, we're not this way. You can see where it's going. Like the whole building, like the whole thing's collapsed, smashing at each other. It's not fell down, but I've made it more like Creed, where it's got how it'll stick. Somehow else hold, like the pressure will hold it up. And that's what I'm trying to go for, which I think will look kind of cool. Still, this one's hitting bent that way. Now you can recognise that. You'll recognise it from Creed's all over the place. Mainly from 3, because I was playing that one recently. And then this is what you can do for Whee! It took us a while to make these, like... Why is that still there? It's supposed to be open. Not about the cracked fell down towers. These ones are perfectly fine. But this is the biggest one. It originally was going to be 90. I think it was 90 or 90. And when I measured it, it came out wrong. I was like, hang on a minute, that's wrong. So I had to knock half it off down to rebuild it and make sure it was correctly sized. And to me, I think they've come out really awesome. And to the unique design of what I put in both of them. Yes, they are spacious. Real life pyramids aren't. Well, tending not to be, because that's just movies. Look at what you can find that they're usually small. But I've made it where I've used space to its advantage. I've made it where it looks blooming beautiful. I put another case to this one compared to the other one, the sandstone one, which is this is red sandstone. This whole land here was built. I had to build this land from scratch because it wasn't here. This is the original map from when Minecraft first arrived back on May the 9th, 2012. This is the original same map, and it's just ever since. It's never had certain stuff on, so it's been expanded, as you can tell, because it's Xbox One. Soon to be hopefully on Xbox One X. So woo. But it's had a hell of an improvement. It's phenomenal in my eyes. I've been surprised because I was expecting they're gonna come out looking cheap or something like that. You know what I mean? Looking like they look terrible. But they've come out how I envision them in aspect is to be Assassin's Creed temples, as you can tell. Tell you what, just for the fun of it, it's literally keep going. Hey, yo, you're missing something, and you can probably see my phone go bling. It's saying you're missing something. You're missing something, Hardy. You're missing something, and I'm like, what am I missing? A skin of assassin. That's what we are missing. Apparently, got it in my head, and it's just like, where is it? Which pack of the again? I can't remember. It's been a long time. I usually just stick to Master Chief. Oh wait, because there's Ezio, there's Altair, and there's Nikolai. Oh, and there's Aveline, Nikolai, Edward Kenweir, and I'm sure there's in the middle pack there's Altair, Ezio, and O'Connor. So I've got another choice here. I've got 1, 2, 3. Liberation. Alright. I'm small for choice here because this is the. Well, I tell you what. You either go big or you go home. And the case is, you either go big or go home. If you're going to be an assassin, it has to be the first one. The first one who we ever met before they brought Origins out, which Origins is the prequel. The legendary himself, Altair. Oh. Still one of my favourites. I don't know if he's missing a finger. Okay, let's do it for this is gonna be fun. We haven't. Yeah, I'm not doing it first person, I'm doing it third person this time. I know people are that looks easy. It isn't an aspect. Like it was made to be a bit challenging, but at the same time, so you can't easily botch it up if you get too cocky. So, but I did. And there you go. I did want to do it where it's based off, like, because Assassin's Creed's ones on hard, you just forget, and then you end up going falling down. It's like, I didn't have that one too right. I'm already botching it. I've just proved myself right. Originally, these towers were the same size as them ones over there. But because you could just jump onto that ledge, I thought no, it has to change to make it look official. Oh, if Balak could see this, he'd be like, what the heck's that assassin doing in this day and age? This Egypt is not blooming the Crusade era. Oh my. Oh, look at that. That angle. That's just sick. Wow. Oh, that was fun. That's after here. Now, the other one, which is. We'll go back to the other one. We'll do it with him as well. I've enjoyed this. Like, plays one of the assassins for change. I usually plays Master Chief. Now, Legend, that is Master Chief. Even he's not really a master. It's just a guy called Chief. Even though he's not chief of anything. Doesn't really do jack shit it half the time. So I always see an SC that have to do stuff. No him. I bet he's sick of it already. He's like, I'll delete the squad. Look at my own self. Even though it's my own voice survives that, kind of like getting killed or that thing, even though it's a human, it's got that suit. Must be one lucky suit. No, it isn't. And this is hit as well. I'll show you a bit about the destruction. As you can see, it's all over the place. It's not just in one area. This one's been designed that way to where it's cracked and smashed everywhere. Like with us playing other creeds, I've like some creeds have this function. On the recent I was playing free, as I said. Gear backwards compatible, and I never completed it because it's not really my favorite. I'm not. That's probably the one I hate the most. The one I liked. Probably score wise if you go by story driven as in story, it would be Syndicate because I love the idea the way Syndicate was done with Jack the Ripper DLC and all that was perfect. Good idea. But in general, it would probably say I'm thinking, and my mind's thinking of all of them. And the case is to me. Just because it was old school, I would say probably the first one. I was playing that one a few not while back ago as well because I never touched it after my save corrupted because I didn't want to go in and kiss it up again. And I got that one done finally last year. But I always go back to that one because back then you don't have the guns, you have to think, so you have to be strategic. Which that's one thing I'm glad about this new creed is that yes, you've got arrows, yes, you've got in blood somehow and love that exists. But you've got the old school routes, if you get what I mean. You've got like you've gone back to the era where there's no guns, so you've got to think. You've got to strategically play it more, which I like the idea of the eagle and that. It's kind of cool. Well, it's Assassin's Creed. I'll just say about this. I'll actually show you some of the other builds as well. Which one of them isn't related to Assassin's Creed in aspect. It wasn't, well, originally wasn't, but it did eventually when it was Syndicate. And this build took days to do. I showed it before. Or days, weeks I should say, because I kept breaking off and stopped doing it because I was busy doing stuff. And that was it there, that's it there, the big bed. And yes, it does work. Just I need to I'll probably sort the redstone because it's been messed up. Another bed there, so you should recognize this one straight off from the design. Basically, this is Ezio's house. When the Ezio collection came out, I spent some time looking back and forth between houses because I wanted to build it. And it looks alright to me. It looks perfectly alright. I could probably do some upgrades to it now because I've done the pyramids. Because my mind's had a bit more chance to think on them ones. So as you can see, we've got Syndicate 2. And then you got Origins. You think I think that's it. It isn't. There's 2 more, if I remember correctly. Which I really have missing a lot of creeds of this. Which again, the Jackdaw would probably be my next idea. Which would depends. You know what I mean? I can't go, oh, I want to do my game, because that's not how it works. The Revelations Tower, Burgundy Tower. And then this one was the biggest one. This is the first one I ever built, which was the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Roman Water Bridge. And you see it stretches the whole way down that way. And it stretches up this way to some extent. And it stops. I was originally going to build it longer, but I lost interest in building it longer. But I might end up building it longer because I put like a map on the bridge. And basically that's how big it is on the outer world. if you at the top bit that leads from the place area. So I'm thinking if there is going to be a run water bridge leading, it'd be cool if we connect them via the islands, if you know what I mean. Like say, so the bottom one, because it goes to the bottom where the line is. If it goes off, it'll go off into the water. So then it's get the water, and then reverse, it goes up somewhere. But there's a lot of Assassin's Creed builds I could still do, so it's just time wasting really. To basically, that's what I want to show you. The Assassin's Creed Origins builds I've built. The first Minecraft free gameplay of the 2017, which I am thinking about doing some battle modes and maybe that flight mode because I love that flight mode. So this is RexJerichoHardy. Thanks for the watch. Like, comment, and subscribe. And any feedback, let me know. Or any ideas which Assassin's Creed object you should build, because there's a few I've got already. But got any ideas, just hit us up straight off.